Hey you guys, it's Sussan Mourad here with Clevver News, and after only one tweet over the course of 2 weeks of the Black Lives Matter protests, Taylor Swift has returned to the platform to advocate for the movement. Like many other celebs, Taylor has posted about the Black Lives Matter movement on Instagram with some swipe-up links to resources, as well as a black square on Blackout Tuesday. She also shared on her Instagram stories that she made a donation to the NAACP Legal Defense Fund, and she encouraged her fans to register to vote. Additionally, Taylor took to Twitter on May the 29th, just days after the Black Lives Matter protests began, to call out Donald Trump for one of his tweets. Taylor tweeted saying, quote, "After stoking the fires of white supremacy and racism your entire presidency, you have the nerve to feign moral superiority before threatening violence? When the looting starts, the shooting starts? We will vote you out in November, Donald Trump." Taylor's tweet got over 2.2 million likes, hundreds of thousands of retweets, and thousands of replies. And many Taylor Swift fans know that her outspokenness about human rights, social and political issues is newer for Taylor. In the past, she got criticism for being politically silent, most notably not speaking out during the 2016 election. And in her essay about turning 30 for Elle published last year, Taylor admitted that she was starting to find her political voice, after taking, quote, "a lot of time educating herself about the US system so she could speak from an informed place." And while some of her fans have applauded her for using her social media platform to speak out, others called her out for not being vocal enough about the Black Lives Matter movement in particular. One Swiftie took to Tumblr and wrote, quote, "It hurts me too much to say this, but we are beyond disappointed with your lack of involvement towards the Black Lives Matter movement. Where is the energy you had during Miss Americana, or last June when you got thousands to sign the Equality Act? Posting a black square with 13 hearts is simply not enough. You have a gigantic platform. There is more to be done. Innocent people are being murdered in the streets. You can't just sit back and watch." This person tweeted saying, quote, "Thinking a lot about Taylor Swift's documentary, the whole point being her rebranding herself as being loud and speaking up about politics. And how has she done next to nothing to educate her millions of fans on Black Lives Matter in the past few weeks? How embarrassing." And this fan said, "Don't get me wrong, I love Taylor Swift, but it just feels like she's doing the bare minimum compared to some other celebrities who are sharing tons of resources, going to protests, sharing their platform with black artists, creators, etc. I just feel like she could be doing more." And it seems like Taylor listened to her fans because she took to Twitter again to make sure her stance was clear and her voice was heard by her millions of followers. She posted a series of tweets starting with, "Racial injustice has been ingrained deeply into local and state governments, and changes must be made there. In order for policies to change, we need to elect people who will fight against police brutality and racism of any kind. Hashtag Black Lives Matter." And Taylor followed up her first tweet with an article by Barack Obama for her fans to read. She wrote, quote, "This article written by Barack Obama is a fascinating read about changing policy at the state and local levels." And her final tweet in the series said, quote, "We need to fight for mail-in voting for the 2020 election. No one should have to choose between their health and having their voice heard." And she included a link to vote.org for her fans. Many of Taylor's fans replied to her series of tweets thanking her for speaking out again and using her platform. This person wrote, "Thank you, Taylor, for using your platform to spread awareness, share articles, and encourage people to vote." Another chimed in and said, "Now this is how you use a platform with 86 million followers." And this fan wrote, "Thank you for being a celebrity who walks the walk. Speaking up against the racism in society, fully knowing how others will cancel you, is admirable. You will not be cancelled, but celebrated for helping others have a voice with your platform. Thank you." But others still called Taylor out for taking this long to post these sentiments to Twitter. This person wrote, "Please know it's not acceptable for you to take this long to say Black Lives Matter. The odd post once a week or so is not okay, given the large-scale platform you have and how you made a documentary about activism, and yet you've done the bare minimum. Hashtag Taylor Swift." And another shared this image and wrote, "Oh, she spoke." It's also important to know that there were many racist, hateful, and disgusting replies to Taylor's Black Lives Matter tweets too. We're not going to give those negative comments any attention, but it shows us all that there is still so much more work to be done. We are just getting started, and hopefully Taylor continues to use her platform to educate, inspire, and encourage her fans to get involved. And here at Clevver, we want to make it clear that we stand with our black co-workers, friends, viewers, and everyone else impacted in this fight for change. We will continue to cover these stories and have these conversations because, like we said, this is just the beginning. We've linked resources down in the description box below with ways to get involved. And I'd love you to take a moment to click right over here to watch this video and find out why the Black Lives Matter movement is so important to us here at Clevver. Then feel free to keep the conversation going right here in the comment section below and let me know what you think of Taylor's tweets. I'm your host, Sussan Mourad. I'll catch you later. Bye guys.